Grand Rising Soul Tribe, Tracy here, Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, donations, everything that y'all do. I appreciate you all. Let's ring the spell this morning. Let's go ahead and clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message that Spirit has for us. And I was just getting a song in my head. Enough said. The song that I heard, victory is mine, victory is mine, oh Lord is mine. I told Satan, get thee behind. Thank you, God, that victory is mine. That's the song I just heard when this ding, and then that was just like ding, ding, and that was enough said. Grand Rising, J. Mike. Grand Rising, Alicia. Hey, Gia Pet 222. Whoop, whoop. Grand Rising to you. Let's see what the message is. Bottom of the deck. Victory is mine. Victory is mine. Yes. See, hey, Susan, Grand Rising. Yes, this is so wonderful. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, victory is ours. It's like somebody was laughing. They called you a joke. You was the brunt of the joke. You was the butt of the joke. Spirit said, let them go. Let them go. Let them laugh. Because you'll, in the end, be laughing the longest. See, there was already a plan for you that they didn't know about, and your ancestors were helping you on your path the entire time. Hey, Addie, Grand Rising sister. The entire time. And who feel like a fool? Now who's looking like the fool? It's not you. It's definitely not you. Because see, they didn't know what you was working on, or whatever you was working on. They didn't give you credit. They didn't think it was gonna take off like it did. They didn't think that you was gonna reach the top. They didn't think, they had no faith in you. They called you the joke. They called you the fool. But you're the one who's getting the victory because you followed that path. Your ancestors said, move left, you moved left. They said, move right, you moved right. They said, stop, hammer time. I mean, whatever your ancestors said to do, you was listening because you always listened. Hey, Crystal Empress 5D Clear, how are you? You always listened. When you were growing up, you obeyed the rules. You know, everybody breaks rules every now and then, but you know what? You listened. And it could have been, you know, maybe you was a child that was unruly, but at some point you grew up. This cycle is complete. God said, let them go. Let them go. Because they are going to see that all those tricks, all that laughing, all that gossip, all that putting you down, all that making you seem like you were less than, like you was crazy, like you was just some doofy walking around, like people was wondering how you even breathe on your own. They paid you to look like a straight up dummy. But all of that turned around. And they have no control. None. Somebody they want to leave they devilish ways behind. Now somebody's trying to see if they pray, Will that leave them? Will that be able to leave them away from the devil? No. The devil is in that person's soul. That's who they are. That's who they are. They try to cause so much strife and burden for you. It wasn't happening. It was never going to happen. You had to go through what God wanted you to go through so that you could grow in spirit. Your faith could grow. So that you could be rest assured who had you. God always had you. Always and in all ways. They tried to overburden you. They tried to allow other people to come after you, but that was never going to work. Hey, get off my shit. How are you? See, somebody was listening to this group. They was listening to this narcissist. They was listening to this narcissist. They felt like they could just attack you at will. Like they're waking up. Oh, today is Tuesday. Let's attack the fool. And they tried, but they weren't successful. They were never going to be successful. Somebody is giving up. Somebody's wondering, what the fuck was they thinking? They're giving up. Because everything that they thought they was going to do to you, that wheel of fortune has returned to them tenfold. And now they're having to defend themselves, and they trying to figure out how can they defend themselves because they spoke so ill of you. They tried to take you down just like the rest of that crew. But once again, you was too strong. See, people sitting there wondering why, how come we can't get this one to be out in the cold? How come nothing that we trying is working? It's because of your faith. It's because of your strength. It's because God had a plan just for you. Victory is ours. Hey, Saida, Grand Rising, sweetie. Victory is ours. There's nothing they could do. Nothing. They're watching you and they feel foolish. Because you know what? You had faith in yourself and you was working on what you was led to work on. Once again, you followed your path. It's like you are, they're sitting here thinking, maybe whenever you was born, you knew what your purpose was. No, you had to learn it just like everybody else. But see, the thing is, you were strong enough to go through that fire, to come out, you went in looking rough, but you came out shining bright like a diamond. Now somebody's watching your stability. They're watching you, and there's nothing they can do. They can't take credit for this. They can't say this was their idea. They can't say that they even encouraged you or supported you, because everybody heard them talk down about you, ridicule you, call you a joke, called you crazy, called you unfit, called you unstable. Hi, Elizabeth Rojas. That's what they called you. Now someone is wondering if they come in and make some apology to you, can they get back in? They saying, can I get in where I fit in? You fit in over there where you pledged allegiance. You didn't pledge any loyalty over here with the collective. You pledged allegiance over there. Go be with your devilish friends. What's the message? It's like, people got to be very careful what they do and who they do it to. You would think that as many gadgets, as much technology that we have, as much that we've seen or we remember or we heard about from the past, as somebody besides you would have knew that, it was time for them to get themselves together. It was time for them to work on what was for them. It was time for them to understand that, yes, there truly is a God. And if we don't sit here and try to be the best that we can be, God can sure knock it all down. Take it all away. See, somebody's understanding everything that they thought they had built up on solid ground. It was just bullshit any fucking way. They thought they was going to block your gifts. They thought they was going to overburden you. And so that they could take what was for you. They didn't know you was going to come out on top. You was going to get that last laugh. And those that laugh last, laugh longest. They're sitting here waiting for you to come back. I don't know why. Get off my shit said I got the strongest cutoff game this side of town, baby. So you thought that you was playing with a clown? I'm going to show you how to get down. Because you ain't even prepared to try and put on this crown. What's the message? What's the message? Anything else from this deck? Yeah. They're confused. They're confused. And let them be confused. And they're watching. Let them watch. Because they know the truth. And you showing them better than you could ever tell them. You are living proof. This witch and anybody else that they worked with. It's like they watched you go out to sea thinking that you was getting ready to come back. You put up your defenses. You put up that electrical fence, that barbed wire. You hired that SWAT team. You got them attack dogs. Stay the fuck away. I'm not coming over there to you. And I don't even want you over here with me. They know that you're holding back, that you're protecting yourself. They got that, and everybody else is asking them, how come you not where's I thought that see, they don't want to sit here and talk about all this shit from the past, all this stupid shit that they was trying to do to you. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to bring that up. They don't want to sit here while they was trying to attack you. They don't want to bring that up because then that's embarrassing. Embarrassing to them. Hey, Terry, how are you? I'm glad that you did catch a live. They saw you by yourself. They even discounted that. They even thought, well, they'll be back. They still couldn't stop laughing at you. But at that point, you never even cared. So now they're starting to realize the reason that you are by yourself and you didn't need them is because you had everything that you needed. God was helping you. They was wondering who was helping you. They was like, how are they making it? How is collective making it without us? Collective ain't saying, oh, I just want to talk to you. I just want to hear your voice. No, you was like, click them, bitch. Them attacks is going right back. You may even have somebody, a water sign that they know that those are that it was not even, it was not called for, it was dumb on their part, it was immaturity on their part, it was not believing in spirituality, it wasn't even believing in God. Somebody just followed the crew and jumped off the edge of the cliff into the pits of fire of hell and damnation. And they thought that they thought it was like, oh, after I die, after I'm no longer here, then I may have to meet my maker. No, your maker came to you right now, today, baby. Said, Joe, you so interested in living in hell? I'm gonna have you live hell on earth while you here. Enjoy the shit, you little shit. They wanted you to cater to them. You're not, but God is. God is giving them everything that they wanted for you. God is reminding them, hey, every time that they have a problem, God is reminding them, this is what you wanted the collector to go through. I know you're not complaining. I know I don't see you over in that corner crying. I know I don't see you crying. Collective didn't have the opportunity to cry. Collective just had to keep moving on. So stop it. Don't cry. Dry your eyes. That part. Hey, Lightworker William. How are you? That part. It's like, I know you're not crying. See, Archangel Michael is here. And they like in shock and awe. They nothing is moving forward for them. They like having to look at something different. That's like I said, they thought that you was here alone. They didn't know that your ancestors was here, that your spiritual guides, that archangels, your heavenly helpers are here. Now somebody's having to look at something completely different, especially since they losing everything that they got. They losing it all because they chose not to wake up. Let them go. They had so much to say about you. Let that ass go. Let them get whatever they deserve. I'm going to tell you something. There was a time I got the most evil, double-abiding sister-in-law who always, and I've been knowing this witch since I was about 14, maybe 13, 14, 15, something like that. And that witch has always been a bitch to me. But see, I'm going to tell you when you know you're dealing with an evil person, when you know you're dealing with a witch. Because whenever you say something that's a blanket that applies to all of us, may you get what you deserve. Which applies to me, applies to you, applies to you, and you, and you, all of us. Oh, she got so upset. So upset, but it's true. May God bless you with what you deserve. For me, I was like, thank you, God. But for her, she felt like I put some type of curse on her. No, baby, you put your own curse on you. You and your family, which is part of my family, because she's married to my brother. See, she thought that she could do all this evil shit under the moonlight to my family, to me. It's that same shit that's being done to her and hers. Her and whoever else that she laughed with, or whoever else, however this applies to anybody, they was laughing until they cried. They was laughing until they cried. Oh, what's wrong? Shit ain't funny no more? Who getting the last laugh now? And those that get the last laugh the longest. Who's laughing now? We are. Because we so spiritually tapped in, baby. We did that work. We went within. We saw who was a snake around us. We followed our intuition. We speak directly to God. Do you hear me? We speaking directly to the Most High, and the Most High is speaking directly to us. Hey, Holly, how are you? Hey, Davinia, how are you? They thought, they trying to walk away from us. Yeah, see how far they get. And they're wondering when you're going to come back. Because that shit ain't happened yet. Now they see that they got themselves in quite a pickle. Something that they can't get out of. Because judgment has been called on them. And what they decided to do against God's favorite, which just happened to be you. They're asking for healing. They're asking for forgiveness. It's like they want their wishes to come true. And God said, I know the fuck you didn't. I know you fucking lying. Think about what it was that you was doing. Well, I know you fucking lying, thinking that you gonna get everything that you ever wanted, ever dreamed of, when you couldn't even treat somebody that you were supposed to be kind to, have some compassion for, and some empathy, and to help. You couldn't even do that right. In fact, not only could you not even do that, but you tried to make it harder for this person. You tried to dog this person, talking about I'm a dog walker. Spirit said, now I'm about to dog walk your ass. And you know who I'm going to let hold the leash? Your friend, Satan, your buddy, is about to dog walk you for me. Confirmation if you can hear my hungry stomach. They didn't know they was about to get dog walked, and they feel like a fool. We're going to grab another dab. Yeah. Oh, everybody was laughing. They didn't even want to give to you. And that's okay, because you didn't even want what they had anyway. Now, in hindsight, you see you was better off not accepting their little conditional gifts, because it was not something that was rooted in love. It wasn't anything that was for your best benefit, because you knew what they was trying to do. They was even being evil, trying to keep from you. These lies, the jokes at your expense, the whispers about who they acted like you were, but don't even know who the fuck you are because they don't even know you. It was all out in the open. Everybody's seeing this. Hey, Robert, everybody's seeing exactly who they are. They can't hide this shit no more. They can't keep any more secrets. You're not the brunt of the joke or the butt of the joke anymore. And plus, on top of that, somebody sees you for who you are. You are their wish come true. Somebody sees you for who you are. Somebody tried to make it like you weren't who you said you were. They tried to make it seem like you weren't who you not even said you were, but presented yourself to be. You've always been in this, heavenly energy. You've always lived your life the way God wanted you. You didn't judge anyone else. You didn't dog anyone else. You weren't out to hurt anyone else. You wasn't trying to take anything from anyone else. You stayed in your lane. If there was anybody that you hurt, it was yourself at that moment because you were still working on how much you love you. But you sure the fuck didn't go out of your lane to try and take another person down because of some shit that you had to work through. All of that leaving you out in the cold. All of that trying to make your money funny. All of that giving more to somebody else than they gave to you. Oh, they hate that day. They in their emotions now thinking about how they mishandled you. How they tried to juggle you. Make it seem like you was less than. You didn't deserve. But see, they even called you a fool when you left. But now who's looking like the fool? Everything that you needed, you knew would be provided. Whether it was love, whether it was money, whether it was opportunities, whether it was the job that gave you the livable wage, whether it was creating, whatever it was, you knew God was going to give it to you. There was nobody else. That's why you was cool with like, okay, well, you know what? I see y'all cannot change. And I guess a devilish dog can't, or a devilish leopard can't change their devilish spots. Now they in regret and wishing they hadn't treated you like shit. Well, they never stopped to think that you was going to get tired. They never stopped to think that, maybe I shouldn't do all this because maybe, it could have been your child, you could have been somebody else's child. This could have been, them holding back from you for a long time. They never stopped to correct that. They kept going. They kept going. They kept plowing, kept digging. They even invited others. And so now they're understanding that whatever they thought that they had invested in, they see they should have left that shit alone a long fucking time ago. Because anything that they've invested in is dying off. Nothing is working. Now somebody want to defend themselves against this witch when they should have been sitting here fighting with you. Had they fought with you, y'all could have took the witch down together. And they would have been past this whole snafu. But no. Somebody didn't think you was worthy because they were so worried about what other people had said. So you had to make this journey alone. You had to go your own separate way. But you already knew God has something special in plan and in store for you. Now it's just coming out. They just starting to see what that little gift was. Now they starting to see God always had you, had your back, had your best interest at heart. Now they seeing that all those attacks that they sent to you is coming back to them, and it's coming back to them and it's fucking them up because everybody knows and sees what's true. You was never a liar. You was never crazy. You was never any of that. And those people that decided to try and get in the middle of your relationship, they're trying to conjure up something so that you didn't have, because they didn't want you to have any happiness, no home, no help, no health, nothing. They wanted you to be straight in hell. Well, that is fine, because you ended up being in heaven on earth, and now that hell that they wanted for you, that's where they get to reside. They even need to go to the post office and change their address. 2122 Hale Street or whatever that address is. We don't know. Mm-hmm. Let them laugh now, because they sure will be crying later. Hey, Cher, how are you, sweetie? Greatest, grandest rising to you, too. Yep. See, they didn't think that while you was a child that you could feel these attacks on your life. They didn't think that. You felt it. They thought that you was always going to be confused. You was never confused. You always had a birdie on your shoulder telling you what the fuck was going on. You was never confused. You always knew that you was going to have to sit here and protect your gift, even if that meant that you had to go within. You was never confused. You always knew that they was talking about you, and you couldn't understand why. You couldn't figure out why they would sit here and badmouth, talk about, lie about you. Hey, Bianca. But it's okay, because your truth is on full display. The more work you do, the more truth comes out, and they can't stop that. They can't handle it. Now somebody, they want to come and they want to pledge to you. They want to pour out that cup of poison that they thought was love. They want to pour that poison out. They in their emotions right now, especially since you walked away, and there's nothing, and this person had the nerve not to open up their mouth to say anything. They knew what was going on, and they knew that was wrong. Yet they didn't think that these magic tricks, these black tricks, these curses that somebody was constantly doing over your life was going to hit them. This is their heart this morning. That's why somebody trying to pour out all that fucking poison, because they realized they drank the fucking Kool-Aid. It's hitting them the worst, because they had grand plans. They had set their trajectory, their life's trajectory on a certain path. They was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then once I accomplish this, then this is gonna happen. I'm gonna make sure I strive for this, I'm gonna do this. Ain't shit happening. God said, I know the fuck you lying. What the fuck you thought I was going to do to you when you couldn't even support the one that I placed here for your dumb ass? I know you fucking lying. I know you ain't got that no shit together. Y'all, I got a hair somewhere and it is driving me crazy. Make sure it's not on my glasses every time I put it back on. But yeah, it's like, I know you fucking lying. Like, where'd you get that idea from? Who told you that? Somebody that was lying to you too? Lying about you too? Dogging you too? Trying to dog walk you too? Talking about your back too? Because best believe when they was talking to you about collective and how crazy and deranged and fucked up and psychotic and everything else they were saying about the collective, they would turn away from you and say the same thing to their other friends about you. What's the message? They tried to turn your life upside down. They tried to exclude you from everything because they was just so jealous that your life had purpose. God had a plan. God still has a plan. They was so fucking jealous, envious, wanting to see you fail because it was something within them that they hadn't worked on. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me take a letter outside. Go on, girl. Go on. I know. She acting like she want me to go out there with her. I think not. I don't want to go outside. You come in here asking to go out there. I didn't say, hey, let's go outside, Sasha. Fuck that. That's all you. Yeah, see, somebody they instead of them working on themselves, trying to figure out what their plan is, what God wants for them, they was like, no, we just gonna sit here and tear down the collective. We're gonna dog them, we're gonna talk about them, we're gonna do the worst shit to them, we're gonna make it so that their life is absolutely a living fucking hell. And then gonna feel like they was and then they gonna try and bully you. Then the motherfuckers was trying to bully you. That's the part. They wanted you to run away. They wanted you to leave. So you did. And now what? Now what? You left and then they found out they was fucked up when you left? Okay, now, no, come on. You wanted this. You wanted us to leave, so we left. Now you're fucked up because we left. Like, who prays to get what they want? They get it, and then they upset that they get it. You prayed for this. You prayed on us. P-R-E-Y. We was your prey. They didn't know that all this shit that they had been doing for a while, they had been working on this for a while, and they thought this shit was going to go their way. No, this shit has come back on them. They hated that it's coming back on them. Like I said, everybody's seeing exactly what they was working on. And everybody knows it's the truth. They can't hide it. Because people like, well, no, I didn't. No, you were saying that shit to me too. They can't hide it. They did too much. They talked too much. They ran their damn mouth too much. Now they want to act like, I don't know why collective. Yes, people like, yes, you do. Yes, sure you do. People are like, wait, you don't know why? Yes, you do. You know exactly why collective don't fuck with you. You know exactly why. Confirmation. And if you don't know, the people like, let me remind you. Remember the time when we was over there and you said, remember the time we was over there? Remember the time whenever I was like, well, weren't you going to fight for collective? He's like, fuck that bitch. Fuck that dude. Fuck that girl. Fuck that guy. Whatever. Remember that? Remember whenever we was doling stuff out, we was trying to make it even. You was like, oh, we're going to take some of the collectors. They don't need so much. Here, we going to give you an extra. You an extra. Shh, it's our secret. Remember all that? That's why collector don't fuck with you. That's why that judgment call been made. That's why God said, okay, I'm a blessed collective like collective ain't never been blessed before. That's why it is seen that collective is who they was always meant to be. Somebody acting like you don't remember all that shit that you was doing. That was immature shit anyway. We was laughing. But yeah, we saw that shit. We know exactly what the fuck you was doing. You thought that you was going to have it your way. You got it your way. Now nobody want to fuck with you. And you want to act like you don't understand why. You don't understand why somebody is being held in high honor. Because they had to leave. They had to walk away. They had to save themselves from all that bullshit. All that fucking poison in that cup that you was trying to give to them. Hold on. Oh, thank God we back. Yes, they forgot they put poison in the cup, and then they're gonna sit there and take a swig. And once it passed them lips, it was like, oh wait, shit, oh fuck, I forgot I put poison in my cup. Well, God said, this is what you wanted, this is what you getting. Like I said, somebody now see how all that disloyalty, what it cost them. Everything. And they stuck. They can't get out of this. This is what they did to themselves. And we can't feel sorry for them. You know, we cannot feel sorry for them. This is the life they chose. They chose this shit. They like it. We live it for them. Anything else, Spirit? They happy. We happy for them. Yes. Somebody, they upset. This person could be somebody's father, could be somebody's husband or whatever. They know they put themselves right here. They are upset. Because there's nothing they can do to come back from this. They know that they can't even talk to you about this shit. Because they talk to you about this shit, you're going to have question after question after question after question after question. And they're so immature, they won't even be able to answer. They'll be acting like, oh look, is that a bird over there? What kind of bird is that over there? Oh, that's a moth. Oh, you know, they can't even handle a real conversation. They will sit here and try and get you to look over there. Look over there, squirrel. And you know this. You know this is the type of person that they are. Not even mature enough to have a heartfelt, honest, with integrity conversation. Showing some emotional responsibility. They don't even have any emotional responsibility. They don't even know what emotional responsibility is. But what they are finding out is everything that they did is being judged. Not even by you. Because at this point, you don't even give a shit what these motherfuckers do. You ain't even judging them. God is that final judge. God is the jury, the judge, and the executioner. And right now, they are feeling that execution. You cannot make this up. God said, I'm going to let the devil dog walk your dumb ass. And here you are by yourself, as you should be, because you're protected. You're under God's protection right now. And they know they can't sneak up on you. They can't do nothing. They can't try and call you. You may have them on call block. They don't know where you at. They know they can't just show up. They can't drive by. They can't do none of that shit. All they can do is sit there and look stupid. What they need to do is sit there and work on themselves. That's what they need to do. Somebody hates the day they fucking drank the fucking poison thinking it was Kool-Aid. Because they swear up and down they couldn't see you. But that's all they can see now. All they can see now is you. That's it. And they sitting here thinking about these people. These people that are this couple or whatever that allow them to play stupid, that encourage them to play dumb, that encourage them to do some shit that they wasn't going to be able to bounce back from. They so mad at them, at those people, but guess what, boo? You also need to be mad at you. You got your own brain, right? See, somebody thinking that they was tricked by the devil. The devil ruined my entire life. Yes. Hello. You just now figuring this shit out? Oh, the elevator finally went up to the top, huh? And ain't that something? You called us crazy. At least our brain was working. At least we knew to listen to God. At least we listened to our own intuition. At least we said, wait a minute. Let me think this all the way through. Just in case it don't work out the way I want it to. You thought about the beginning. You thought what it could be. You thought of the possibilities. You thought, well, what if it don't go? And you thought, well, what the worst case scenario? That's when you make your decisions. You think about all the shit. You just don't go, oh, this is enough. This is all I need to think about. Because there's a whole bunch of shit over here that you ain't thought about. What if it don't work out the way you wanted it to? Then what you gonna do? How you gonna look to them same group of friends then? How you gonna look? Like a fool? Like everything that you said about the collective, that's exactly how you gonna look. Especially whenever the collective ain't even bothered, and all that shit that you said about collective ain't even touching collective, because now you watching collective go places that you never would be even welcome in that motherfucking door. You can't even put those toes across the threshold on somebody else's floor. This is some shit that somebody refused to do the whole time trying to come for you. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Now somebody's trick ain't tricking no more. This was the most evilish, devilish, jealous, vindictive, vileish bitch that you could ever hope to never see again. All that because somebody thought that they was going to be able to come and take what was yours. Take what was yours, sneak it away, and give it to somebody else that they thought was more deserving. Spirit said, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Spirit said, who the fuck are you? I picked my chosen. I picked the one that I wanted to have that shit. And it was her. It sure the fuck wasn't you. But you sitting here trying to create some bullshit, thinking that you was going to give it to somebody else. You put yourself right here. You cut yourself out. Trying to figure out, and this is the same type of person that would try and purposely get in your way, and then you try and talk about it to them, and they would, well, I always figured that you was going to be the strongest, so you was the one who didn't need any help. That's why I helped everybody else but you, because you was the strongest. That kind of bullshit. That's when Spirit said, no. I'm about to put something down on you. You know, this person for the longest held back from you. Shit that was yours. Shit that was yours. Even if this person gave you something and somebody else said they wanted it, they would take it back and give it to them because they said you didn't need it. Spirit said this shit is over. You done stabbed my collective in the back one too many motherfucking times. This shit is over. This shit is over. Spirit told them, somebody, life as you know it is over. I'm picturing the Pied Piper. I don't know what songs the Pied Piper blows in the little instrument, the recorder, whatever. But this, I'm picturing the Pied Piper. Because the Pied Piper's coming back for that ass. The Pied Piper's like, come on, get in line with your friends. Come on, get in line with your friends. I'm leading all of y'all to hell. Everybody getting some. All y'all that was involved, come on, get in line. Whatever. Now that little is gonna be stuck in everybody's head today. They're gonna be going through. Y'all are gonna be at work talking about some Sorry, y'all. What you say? Jesus said, I love my flute. Right. Exactly. Yes. See, they thought that they was getting ready to hurt you. Only to find out that hurt came back on them. This young person found out the hard way. Them stabbing you in the back didn't hurt you, it hurt them. They not sure they could ever get over this. They not sure they could ever get over this, and they feel like so confused. They like trying to think, I should have thought about the rest of this shit. I should have held back from this shit. Because they know you was in their corner. They know you was loyal to them, you was helpful to them, you was loving to them. You invested in that fucking ass. But that fucking ass was so immature. That fucking ass didn't think about nothing except for those people. Oh, what's everybody else gonna think? Now they don't have to worry about shit because everything that they try ain't working out. Nothing. Spirit said, I'm putting an end to everything until you get yourself together. Especially trying to fight with the one who was there to work with you. They thought that they was doing this shit. They thought that they could secretly send out these attacks. Oh, no, baby. No, baby. You was protected. God said that's all part of the plan, baby. Don't even worry about it. It is all part of the plan because it's all coming out. Everything that went on in the dark is going to be spoken about in the light. I'm telling you, it took them a long time, but now they realize they need to apologize to you and not no little simple, I'm sorry. No. That apology has to be just as loud as that fucking disrespect. You don't get the opportunity to be like, I'm sorry. No, you better get up on that fucking mountain. You better get that fucking microphone, that blowhorn, whatever you got, and you need to let the world know, world, I fucked up. And I truly apologize to my collective for all that bullshit I was trying to do to them, but I see that just got me fucked up. I spoke ill on their name. I wanted them to be single instead of me sitting there trying to support them like I should have. Somebody, you better get your ass on up to that fucking mountain. You better skywrite it, talk about it, rap about it, sing about it. You better do something. You better try and sell some tickets so people come and see that shit. But that apology needs to be just as loud as that fucking respect. Spirit said, if not, you get absolutely nothing. You won't have any of your ancestors protecting you. You won't even feel any type of happiness. There will be nothing, motherfucker. Nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean not one thing. Spirit said, enough of this fucking bullshit. Get your ass together. Pull your head out your own ass. Whatever you got to do. All right, y'all. That's enough going off this morning, I guess. I'll be back this evening to go off some more. I don't know. I get passionate in the message, you know? Somebody said that they laugh whenever I'm just like cussing and going off, and then I see somebody in the comments, I'm like, hey, sugar, how's this? I was like, it's just like somebody, mama, you know, pick up them damn shoes, ring, ring, ring. Hello. Just like somebody's damn mama. Because I am somebody's damn mama. Y'all, thank you so very much. I really appreciate you all. I look forward to seeing you this evening. Okay? Everyone, have a wonderful day. All right? And we'll talk this evening. All right. Bye now.